We're opening up again, so you don't need to put your healthcare on hold. We're open to see you for in-person appointments. Open with extensive precautions for patient and staff safety. And open with rigorous cleaning and disinfecting at all locations, from emergency departments to primary care offices. We're open and can see you now. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Hey y'all, on the Pulse Presents Andrea's Country Home Cookin'. I'm Andrea and I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving because this is our Thanksgiving Day episode and I'm super excited about it. I have some awesome side dishes that you're not going to want to miss. These are things that I'm used to on Thanksgiving Day, dishes I can't live without, and I want to show you how to make these dishes. So come into my kitchen, let me show you how it's done. So first thing we're going to start with is the holiday traditional favorite, filling. Filling is probably my favorite dish of all times for Thanksgiving. And you don't want to buy the stovetop stuff, guys. You want to make it from scratch. And I'm going to show you how easy this is. Right now, I am chopping up 8 stalks of celery. That's going to go in with our bread cubes I already chopped up. But you can cut the celery as thick or as thin as you like. There's no right or wrong answer. But this is 1 loaf of bread to 8 stalks of celery. Next, we're going to cut up onion to go in our stuffing. Now, I have a medium-sized onion, but I'm only going to do about 1/4 cup. You don't want the onion to overpower your stuffing at all, because that's all you're going to taste. You want just enough to give your stuffing a little bit of flavor. So we're going to put this in a chopper. I'm going to get it nice and fine. Next step is we're going to add butter. Butter makes everything better. And really, I'd like to add two sticks to this, but for the waistline and Thanksgiving and everything else that you have on the table, I'm going to show you a little secret that I use. But to start, we're going to put 1 stick of butter in our celery and onion. We're going to put it in the microwave for about 2-3 minutes. We're going to keep stirring it. You want to get the celery and onion nice and cooked down to put in our filling. Our celery and onion mixture is nice and softened up. Put it in for as long as it takes just to get it a little bit softened because it's going to be cooking more in your filling. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour this all over our bread that I cubed up. It's a French loaf bread, and you just do it in cubes. And honestly, you can use like regular sandwich bread. Don't panic if you can't find like a French loaf around Thanksgiving time. Cut it up and let it sit out that night and it'll get nice and crunchy. So the tip without using an extra stick of butter, we're going to use a little bit of chicken stock. It helps to moisten up your filling, but not use the fat of the butter. You just want it to make your bread a little bit moist, and we can add more as you need it. Like if you have it in the oven and you say, oh my gosh, my filling's a little dry, add some more chicken stock, or you can add a little bit more butter because obviously butter makes everything better. So we're going to give it a stir. We're going to see where we're at. Like I said, filling's my favorite, absolute favorite, and everybody raves over my filling. And this is one that my mom has made and my grandmother has made from generations and generations. This is a stuffing we always had. We've never stuck it in the turkey. We like ours a little bit crunchy, so we do it separately, but you definitely can make this filling and put it in your turkey. And that should be perfect. It's already got a really good flavor already. Now, the more that you cook your filling, it's gonna cook down a little bit. So if you're gonna have at least 18 people for Thanksgiving, 18 to 20, I suggest that you use 4 loaves of bread at least. It's gonna look like a lot, but it cooks down quite a bit. So this is 1 loaf. This is just for my husband and kids for tonight. So for 4 people, it looks like loads, but by the time this is done cooking, it'll cook down a lot. So I have my oven preheated for 350 degrees, and this is gonna bake for at least an hour to an hour and a half. Like I said, we like it nice and crunchy. If you like it softer, you won't have to bake it as long. Just be the judge of what you and your family like most. Next, we're gonna start with my second favorite all-time Thanksgiving side dish. It's baked corn, and it's absolutely delicious. It's one of my favorites. So you're gonna start with a can of cream corn and a can of kernel corn. It's really important that you drain out your kernel corn really well. You don't want to put it in with the liquid. Next is going to be the cream corn. Next, we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of sugar, little spritz of pepper. You're going to buy corn muffin mix. You also can buy the Betty Crocker pack. The they have at Wegmans or Wise's or wherever you shop at your local grocery store. And you're gonna put in just about the whole box. Calls for 4.5 ounces. It kind of gives it like, it gives it the nice cake texture. Okay, stir that in good. While we're stirring that, we're gonna slowly add 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Now this baked corn is something I literally cannot live without for Thanksgiving. When I was a little girl, my mom used to wake me up and I would have hot chocolate and I would have toast and I would smell my mom's baked corn in the oven, and it made it Thanksgiving, like just smelling this. It was so amazing. So my mom always did baked corn every year because my mom, it just wouldn't be Thanksgiving morning without the hot chocolate and the toast, watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and smelling this baked corn. And that's all there is to it, guys. It's so simple and so delicious. I like corn pudding, but there's something about this with the cake of the corn mix in there. It's so good. I can't even tell you enough. But I can't have Thanksgiving without this. So just the smell of it right now like reminds me of Thanksgiving morning. Make sure it's really, really good and mixed. Okay. We're gonna get a little casserole dish. 8x8's fine, whatever you want to use. And you don't have to grease it. You're just gonna dump it straight into the pan. Look how creamy and delicious that looks. I'm telling you, there won't be any leftovers for this either. And like for the filling, same with the corn. If you're having 20 people, definitely make a double batch. But if you're only having 10 or so, this should be plenty, especially with an extra vegetable and everything else on the Thanksgiving Day table. This definitely goes a long way. Corn's ready to pop in the oven. I have it set to 350 degrees. It's gonna bake for 40 minutes. When I put the corn in, we're gonna take the filling out. We're gonna give it a stir because it's really important to stir your filling about every 30 minutes or so. Guys, I can't thank you enough for tuning in and hanging out with me, watching me make side dishes that really mean a lot to me and my family around Thanksgiving table. I hope that they're a treat for your family this year too, and that you guys enjoy it. I want to wish you a really happy Thanksgiving, and stay tuned next time because we're going to make some Christmas treats and some goodies that Santa Claus is sure to enjoy for his trip into town. So, thank you for watching. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye. So in honor of Thanksgiving, I decided since I'm making filling and corn, I have to have a meat with it. So I decided to do a ham, and I figured I'd bring you guys over and show you. I did a ham in a crock pot. I turned it on low for 8 hours, and I have been basting it with my secret sauce, which won't be secret anymore. It's really, really simple, and what I do is I paint my ham with it. All you do is you get 1 cup of brown sugar, half a cup of water, 3 tablespoons of mustard. You're gonna mix it really, really well. You're gonna get a little baster, and you're just gonna paint your ham like every hour, every 2 hours. It's gonna give your ham a delicious sweet flavor. And you also can heat this up at the table. And I know it's not traditional for Thanksgiving, but you know what? Our family does a ham and a turkey. But even if you do a ham for Christmas, you'll know what this glaze is. And you just paint your ham with this delicious syrup.